Hola estudiantes, hoy es el día 1 de noviembre y vamos a repasar un poco el ensayo narrativo. Some people have communicated to me that they're a little bit confused about what they need to do, so I'm just preparing the short video. It's due tomorrow midnight, so you still have time. But think about it. What are you doing? You're writing a narrative essay. Now, this is a statement, a personal statement that you want to make about something. So notice how you have the organization, the structure already broken down. You need a good title, and you need an intro, you need the body, second paragraph, and you need a conclusion. So we're talking 3 paragraphs. The first one's got the intro, second one you've got development, and the third one you're wrapping it all up. Now people, I think they're a little bit confused about what they're supposed to do, because they're just basically writing about where they were when they found out when Michael Jackson died or when Trump was elected president. That's fine, but you're missing the point, because you use these particular events, which most people can remember where they were. Use that as a trigger, as a catalyst, as a vehicle to make a statement, to make a point, to entertain, to tell an anecdote that is so curious the reader would want to read it. So again, it's not an end in itself, this particular event. It's giving you a means to use as a springboard to make your own statement or comment or express your opinion about something. So let's think of some concrete. So La Muerte de Michael Jackson, this is a good one. So you can just mention where you were when you found out that Michael Jackson died, and how did you feel? Were you stunned? Were you relieved? Were you sad? Did you become hysterical? You might use the death of Michael Jackson as a springboard to explore your feelings about Michael's death. And in fact, you might not have known how to feel, because there's a lot of people really ambivalent. You weren't really sure what to feel, because the problem is you need to reconcile the 2 Michaels. There are at least 2, maybe there are more. But the 2 Michaels, there's the Michael that's the Prince of Pop. There's the Michael that's the gloved one. There's the Michael who's the moonwalker. He did all these great things. Incredible music, right? Incredible dancer. But then how do you reconcile that public image, the star, the superstar, with Michael's darker side? Being accused of as being a pedophile, and having enough money to escape justice. So you can explore your own feelings, how you feel about Michael Jackson, and what conclusion you come up with. Maybe you can't come up with a conclusion, but you can make this an essay about how oftentimes these figures that are larger than life, we tend to put them on a pedestal without always considering their darker side, because at the end of the day, they're just human beings. So that's one way you could go, your own feelings and how you reconcile the two, and some particular personal statement you might want to make. Another way you could go is you could use the death of Michael Jackson as a vehicle to make a comment, a statement on how unfair our justice system treats different people depending on your status in society. So Michael was accused of pedophilia at least once that I can remember, and he beat the rap, and I can't remember right now, but he settled out of court, I think, paid some fantastic amount of money, but that doesn't mean he didn't do it. So that just means that he escaped justice because he had enough money and enough followers to do that. But not everybody has that money. We can't hire the best lawyers to get it. So the system treats people differently in this society. So there are other examples too. You could talk about Jeffrey Epstein, for example. He got off earlier in Florida, and they finally got him. But and then you can explore the possibility, philosophical question. Well, he may have escaped earthly, justice here in our justice system, but did he really escape justice? Because he met a terrible end by ODing on whatever that drug was, that anesthesia. So maybe there was a higher justice, a universal justice, a karmic justice that caught up with him. So you could, mine that. I think it's quite interesting. So anyway, that's the idea, is you use one of these signal events as a starter, as a catalyst, as a springboard for you to make a statement, to argue a point, or to make people see something that they might not have seen before. So that's the idea. It's got to be brief, it's really personal, and of course it's flexible. And I've circled back to the actual assignment, and I just wanted to make sure that you remember to use these criterios as a checklist. Because this is what I use. So, you can test yourself. Okay, well, can you take off any points? No, I've got everything you want here. All right. And you have to make sure that you include your proposito in the introduction. So it should be clear to the reader why it is you're writing what you're writing. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to read the first paragraph, and have you oriented me? Do I know what you're going to write about? So the objective purpose needs to be stated somehow in the first paragraph. And then in your concluding paragraph, you need to have circled back to it. You don't have to state it exactly the same way. You can state it another way, but you need to circle back, because this is the most important thing that you've got in this essay, and you have to leave that reader with, okay, this is what they were doing, this is what they did, I can see that. And so you want to circle back, and you want to mention it again in the conclusion. And, these other things, we've seen them before. Titulo, make sure the conventions are correct, and orthography, grammar, nothing new there. You just need to proofread very carefully, make sure that every sentence works. And técnicas de resumir, try to simplify your language, streamline it so that it flows. Try to get rid of redundancy. Focus on the most important ideas. You really want to emphasize the most important parts of your essay, your main thoughts, your main point. También esta semana van a empezar una nueva lección, la exposición. Entonces empieza el capítulo con las palabras de Pío Baroja, uno de los mejores escritores españoles, que decía, el escritor que con menos palabras puede dar una sensación exacta es el mejor. ¿No? Algo que pensar. Entonces, cuando ustedes vean la sección ¿qué piensas?, se refiere a esta imagen, esta foto. Entonces, ¿qué crees que está sucediendo en la foto? ¿Y qué tan importante es para ti el teléfono móvil? ¿Consideras que es necesario en tu día a día? Otra vez, es esta imagen y no la otra aquí, ¿no? Esta es simplemente una foto de Ana Torres Menárguez, que es la autora de La prohibición silenciosa de los móviles en los colegios españoles. Entonces, este es el ensayo con el cual empezamos el capítulo. Entonces, ustedes van a leer todo esto y no se olviden, se puede escuchar. Hay audio a la vez que ustedes leen. Eso siempre es bueno. Y después de leer algunas actividades, y también van a seguir estudiando el léxico, concretamente las expresiones de transición, y luego yo creo que también los sufijos 4.2. Todo esto va a ser para sábado, un poco sobre el léxico de los sufijos. Entonces es todo por ahora. Si necesitan algo, ustedes por favor pónganse en contacto conmigo. Si no, suerte con el ensayo número 3 y nos veremos muy pronto. Hasta luego. Uy, ¿qué pasó, don Pancho?